Okay, now I will focus on ROS, publisher, and subscriber. Okay. Okay, so logistic again, just make sure that to make sure that you can hear me clearly and also you can see the screen clearly. Okay, so if anything's problem at your side, please inform me immediately. We will have another 1 hour to go for me to show you the code. Right. So let's go. Right. So again, I need to remind you that in order to follow this session, you are Ubuntu system and also Kinetic, ROS Kinetic, in order to do the hands-on after this, right? So these are the two things that you need in order to follow the class. Okay, so first thing, ROS package. Okay, so this is exercise. So put this thing aside. Okay, I need to do this way again. Put this thing down and I will have this. Right, so just now you saw all this, right? Okay, so this is the effect. So now this. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create this. So first, let me exit everything. Okay, so let me exit everything. So make sure you control. Okay, right. So first thing is you need to create. You need to finish install. You will have something that what we call Okay, let me show you what is this. Okay, so let me like open this thing called workspace. Okay, you need to create a workspace, and I believe if you follow. And I believe if you have the workspace and something, okay. So if you haven't created your workspace, this can go to click this side and it's written here, okay. So but just I summarize. So this is what you need to do, okay. So if you need to do is like you turn on your. Let me put this in fact here. Okay, right. So over here, so the first location is this is the home. If your command prompt is over here with nothing over here, it means your current location is home. Okay, so this is your home, and then you can see like if I ls means to list out all the files inside the home. You can see I have this catkin ws. All right. So if you type wkdir, if you don't have this, okay. So if you do this, catkin. Because I already have this, you will create two folder, right? So one is this catkin ws. Okay, so I don't hit it enter is because I already done this. So if you hit this enter, you will get this folder, and then inside there there's another folder. Okay, so you'll see this, and then this cd means enter the folder. So enter. Sorry. Okay, I need this. Okay, it takes some time for you to get used to this okay, so don't worry if you are not familiar with CDS and all these things. Okay, so as time go on, you will be slowly get used to all this. Okay, so CD is to enter the folder, LS is to list the folder and file. Then the next thing I'm going to show you is, okay, so what you do is like you create your this thing, and then you can make this. Okay, so can make ISU compile. Okay, so compile. This is how you compile. So I have a lot of things there, but if you don't have any, visualize. Yeah, okay. Right, so it's something like this. So you compile and all these things, right? Okay, read from here. I just show you the code. Right, then the next thing is the important one. So in order to create the package, okay, so let me explain what is a package. A package is very similar like if you are familiar or Visual Studio, okay, in Windows, a package look very similar like a project. Okay, so in the project, once you create a project, then you have your source code, you have your library, you have all the things, right? So for us, we create a project. It's like a project, but a workspace is more like the whole workspace. Workspace means it actually define where is your library, where is your source code, and where is all those things. And inside there, you have like one group of source code that for certain function, right? You will learn, but yeah. So it sounds like this. So a project is a combination of several nodes to create certain function, and it got its own launch file and whatever related file, it got its own library. But a workspace is like a project in C. Okay, so you create a project, it's like a workspace, then all your resources, everything will be within the workspace, right? Then when you want to build, okay, in your virtual studio way of build, it's where cat key make have to be done right after or inside the folder at this location. Okay, right. Then the next thing you want to know is how to create over here. So to create a package, okay, so over here is like first you go into your source. So inside this, after you usually have 3 folders. Okay, so this is the build, develop, and source. This develop is where your setup or your setup file, which is for your environment, how to say, system, yeah, your environment parameters. Okay, we need to go into the source file. So if I enter the source folder, so inside the folder I have all the package that I developed. So these are all the package. I have yeah, OpenCV package, forecasting package, and blah blah blah, and so on. Okay, so these are all the package. So but when you want to build, you have to build the overall workspace. So when I want to build the overall, okay, so this is how I design all my packages are okay. The, can be compiled. Okay, so in the way that you understand. But when I want to start a new project, sorry, not a new package. So I enter this kin, yeah, kin create package beginners tutorial standard message blah blah blah. Okay, so I create this. And what does this mean? Okay, so first I use the catkin function called catkin create. So this is the command in catkin for you to create a package. And the first argument that you need to put in is your package name. Okay, so over here it say like beginners tutorial, which is I already have. Okay, which is I already have this beginner tutorial. So I just okay, maybe I just need to remove this. Never mind. Okay, catkin create package. Okay, beginners tutorials. Okay, let's say because I already have mine before, so to show you an example. Oh, someone you might want to mute. You might want to mute all. Okay, right. So I need to, the first argument I need to put in is a package name. Then the second argument, the dependency, right? So if when you want to create this package, what are the library or dependency that you use? So in your Microsoft project, sorry, your Visual Studio project, you need to define like where's your library, where's what library you use, and so on, what dependency you use. So similar over here. So the things that I use is, for example, I use the standard message library, and I use a ROS Python library and also ROS CPP library. Okay, so PDM message, then ROS CPY, ROS CPP. Okay, so you have something like this. Okay, so once I hit enter, it say I create the ROS beginner 2, beginner tutorial 2, which if you enter, beginner 2, if you enter, you get something like this. So these are all the file created for your package. So I will compile this. Okay, I'll come back here, and then I say catkin make, and I compile. It's because it detected new package. They will compile. But yeah, well, it just will find. Okay. Then yes, so now done. So again, I enter my source. Then I can see my beginner 2 is ready. Okay. Create a new example or new application every time you start with this step. Okay, so you create a package. Okay, so after you create a package, now I want to create a node. Okay, so now you want to create a node. So let's go to the second one. Simple publisher. So I want to write a node that have the function as a publisher, right? And I show you the example using Python. And if you are interested, you can check out the just example as well at the ROS. Right, so I have to say first, you CD. Okay, I'm going to totally read from here. So first is like you CD. Okay, from here you CD to your beginner tutorial, which is over here. I need to choose the 2 because I create a new one too here. Okay, so ROS CD is a shortcut or a ROS that go into the package, right? So it will have the CD, similar like the CD in Ubuntu, but it go to the package folder, right? And inside here you can see like I have this, but it create a new directory called, a folder called something called script. Then now you have the script folder. Then you enter the script folder. Okay, so this is where you develop your node. Okay, so there are 2 ways you can do it. First, you can either download it from actually create your own. So for me, I'll show you how I create. So over here, what I do is like docker.py. Okay, so docker.py. This node will call docker.py. So normally what I do is like you can use whatever editor you like, right? So for me, I use the most simplest editor exists in the file name as docker.py, right? Then I will have this. Okay, it's a editor. Then okay, what I do is like I copy this. Okay, I toggle this one, I copy this. Be careful when you copy this, is because like these spacings are very important and sensitive for Python. Okay, because Python use this spacing to define the level. So you need to be very careful. Right. So I copy the whole thing exactly and put it in here and I save. Apparently the save button is over here. Okay, save. So I save this folder as this file and then I close it. Okay, now I already have my Docker. But be careful, it's because it is white color. So let me show you in detail. So over here is like, okay, this is something that maybe you will not notice in Windows. This is actually, this show the property of the file to show you some permission. Okay, so we got like a few shortcut here. So the first, second, third, which is this is write, is read and write, read and write, and read only, right? So we got three set. So the first is own, group, and general. Okay, but if you want to know more, you can check the proper definition after this. If your Python code is in white color, okay, not necessarily white color, but white color means it is not fixed with the X. So in order to make it executable, you try to run this C mode, this, okay, you run this thing here. Oh, sorry, I think I do something wrongly. Okay, never mind, I type it better. C mode plus X. This is to make it executable to this Python, to this Python. Okay, then now if I do this, right, it's executable, and then it add the X over here, so it can be executed by the group or by the public. Okay, all right. So this step is important in order for the code to be able. Then okay, I'll explain the code after this. Then the second thing you need to do is like the same thing. You are going to do the same thing for listener, right? So I gedit again, a listener, right? Then I'm going to do this again. Copy this whole thing. Copy and then okay, right. Okay, I've done this. Okay, oh, because this is a Python. Oh, sorry, I need to do something again. So which is a C mode. This one, but instead of Docker, I do the listener. Okay, then I have both green, so which is good. Okay, because this is a Python file, normally you don't need to compile and you can execute it. Always compile before I run anything. So I will compile first. Okay, I'll come to this point and then I'll do the compilation, which okay, to do everything's okay. Okay, then I'm over here. So I need the ROS call. So let me show you. Okay, maybe I do this like this better. ROS call. So run, and then I do beginner tutorial 2, and then I do the talker. Can you see? I get something the same. ROS run, beginner tutorial 2, and listener, blah, blah, blah. So just now, a few steps, I have created the node, and the node is working now. So it works the same. Just now, when I show you the demo, I'm showing you the C++, everything done. You saw the whole process, how I created the last part, okay, which is to explain the code. Okay, so my 2 exercises is published to the assignment. Let me explain what the code means. Okay, so I hope you can see. Maybe I want to make this thing bigger. Okay, right. So the publisher node and subscriber node, I will really explain to you line by line. It's because it is so simple, but it is so important, right? So okay, toggle back the line. So first is like, okay, so import is very similar, like you want to get the resources or the dependency or the library. So I import the ROS py, which is the Python library for ROS, so that I can have all the Python, ROS Python function, okay? And then I also import the message, which is the string, so that I can define the string and so on. Right, then for your main, so this is the main, right? I'm not sure how many of you familiar with object, right? Okay, in C, we always start the main, and then we have the function, right? So this is very similar. We have the main, and then just run the function, which is this Docker, okay? So every time when you run this node, it will run this, okay? And then if, let's say, we have any interruption. So this interruption is something like Control-C. So if you control inside the function is this. This line is very important, okay? So this line is to define, or you can call it initialize, okay? To define your publisher. So this is how you define a publisher within a node. And please keep in mind that you can have multiple publisher and multiple subscriber in the same node, no problem, okay? This is just to show you one example. So one example to show you how to publish something from a node. Okay, so the definition is first you create a handler, which is pub, usually to make it easy, but you can put it other variable, no problem. And then you use the ROS py function UI publisher, and the argument inside there is this. So first, you need to define which topic you're supposed to publish to, and this topic can be exist or non-exist, no problem, right? If non-exist, it will create a new one, right? So you use this way. For example, like I want to publish the content that later on I define into this chapter topic, then the type, and you need to define here so that you know what is a string. Then this queue size actually doesn't matter much. It's just that how much in one time it want to store the message in the topic. So which means every time when a new node subscribe to this topic, how much or how many message in the history that you can see. Well, so if you have a queue size of 10, which means you can see the 10, the first data will be removed. Okay, so this is how the queue size. So it doesn't matter, you can put 10 or you can put 1, doesn't matter, right? Okay, so it depends on how much data you want to put in the proper explanation. Please read down here. Okay, you will have the explanation down here, but I just briefly tell you what this is. So this line very important. This define, you use this to initialize your publisher. So we have a new publisher, and then this line is also in stalker node, so it initializes, and then you need to name it. So what is the name of this node? It's stalker, right? So you initialize the node, this node as stalker, and you put this anonymous true. Okay, the reason is because in a big system, you might have a lot of nodes, and sometimes the name for your node may be same as some other process inside. You have the same name. We have the conflict by having the same name. Yeah, because having two nodes have the same name, you don't listen to which one, right? So the anonymous true is like you will add some numbers inside this name to make it unique, but you don't care. Okay, ROS will do all the arrangement, and it doesn't matter. Okay, it won't bother you, right? So you just put anonymous true to make sure that your node name is unique. Okay, then you need to define this. So this is called the rate. So you define another parameters to define this, and rate 10 means 10 hertz. Okay, so this is how ROS use this method to control the timing for the publisher to publish the message. Okay, then while not ROS is shut down. So ROS is shut down means this means it will run continuously, right? Until this node shut down. So first it define hello world, which is to get the time, okay, which is the counter into this, and then print the hello world. Okay, so this is your string, the string that you want to be printed out. Then they use a lot of ROS library in this. So this one is to print this result on the screen. Okay, then this one is how you publish. So you use this, you have the handler, you publish this message, you publish out, okay, with whatever definition you have here, right? So we publish out. Then this rate sleep. This rate sleep means how long this thing should pause here in order to get the free rate function will calculate the time for this operation to sleep, to pause here in order before it loops to the second one, it is 10 hertz. Okay, and that's it, right? So I have explained to you all the line in Docker. So this is how you can achieve the effect of in 10 hertz, right? Then how to receive. So how to publish, how to subscribe is even simpler, right? So I toggle up this. Again, the same thing, you import the ROS PY library, then you have the standard message, the string. Okay, but the unique part about subscriber is this, the name, the main is very simple. It's just to run this listener function, and the listener function is over here. So this listener function only have 3 lines. If you exclude all the command, you only have 3 lines. So the first one, you need to initialize your node, which is this node. So this node, then you define the subscriber, and you can see the subscriber, you don't need a handler. Okay, but instead a handler, which is only like sub equals to something, it's not like that, but you have a callback. Okay, so what you need to define, where to subscribe. Okay, which topic to subscribe. All right, so this the topic have to be chatted, and again the same thing, whether this topic exists or not exists, it can work. It's just that when it not exists, it will give you a warning that, okay, it will tell you, if you run this node, it will say, okay, there's no this topic in the system, and it will wait. Okay, right. Then the second is the same. You define the type, okay, the type of the message that it subscribes. Then the third one is the callback. So what is this callback? This callback means a message that received from this subscription, this subscription from this topic will be pushed into this callback. And this callback is defined over here. So you define another function called callback to receive the data. Okay, then we need to put a parameter to receive. So you can put message or whatever. Okay, any variable is okay. So this will receive whatever message that received from this, the callback do is this one is after you receive the data, what the node supposed to do. So the node will do just print out. Okay, then this is the ID which is the node ID. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you don't use this, it's fine, right? Then it will print out I heard something. So string. Okay, so this data maybe although it is in a string, you already define a string, but when you come in, it is with some header and some frame information, got some meta information over there. So the data is the actual data that you receive, okay, in string form. Then usually if you receive something, for example, just now the line follower, if you receive the data is 1, then you can like motor to the left over here, and so on, you can do that, right? But over here, it's just a simple, the logic is just to print out. You receive, as you receive something, you do some complex algorithm or some complex calculation, and then you publish the result to another place, and you can return here, and everything is the same, right? So this is how the listener work. And last thing, very important over here is instead of using while loop and so on, over here it show you another required spin. So spin is actually keep looping this node, okay? Keep the Python from exist until this node is stopped, right? So it will keep on spin until it's stopped. So you keep on listening and listening and listening and listening and so. And you can see for listener, we don't define the rate. We don't define how frequently it listen because we want it to listen all the time. Done. Okay, I've explained this listener talker to illustrate to you how the publisher and subscriber work in ROS. And this, so next week I will show you the how to say the speech. So I will show you the first real application you can do, and you are going to use this tool for the communication between the nodes to actually patch up or assemble the tools to become or to build out your application. All right, so with that, I finished the explanation for this week. Okay, that's nice. It's about 11:55, so it's almost 12. I can stop, but I can extend the time if you have any question you want to ask me. But before you leave, I have a few things that I need to announce. Right, so if you over here, okay, so this is the assignment. Okay, just for you to do some exercise. The assignment is, I want you to do the same thing like what I just done, but you need to do some modification to show that you understand the subscriber node, which is the same. So you create a new package. You can change the name and everything is fine. You don't want to say talker and listener in every second. Okay, so the timing is in every second. So how to do this in every second is just need to change a place. Okay, hello world, you publish your name. And counter, right? So counter is the same like just now, the counter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and continue to a topic. And you can define whatever topic name you like. Okay, you can define, right? Then another one is like the subscriber node subscribe to the topic and display the topic message on terminal. Okay, so it's the same. So the listener basically is the same, right? So please do this. And if you want to use the GitHub, I would suggest that create own repository and you upload this source code and also the result. For example, the terminal screenshot. So you have your publisher screenshot and your listener screenshot, and put your screenshot on GitHub, and you make it like a project, a repository. Yeah, if you want to show it to me, yes, you can show it to me. Okay, but yeah, no problem. So this is just an assignment to let you exercise what you just learned to make sure that you understand. Right. So if you have any question when you do this, you face any difficulty, please come to our Facebook group for discussion. Okay. Okay, and that's all for this week. The last thing I want to discuss is I would like to discuss with you that I need to change this class next week. I will change to Tuesday. Okay, but regarding the timing, I give you timing. Okay, so I will type starting next week, change time, class time to Tuesday. If any of you cannot make it on Tuesday, please reflect or give your feedback in the attendance list. If you cannot, then please attendance list and tell me which other day you can. Okay, if you cannot, I need to see. I need to make sure that everyone. If you don't feedback, that means you are okay, right? So if you don't tell me anything, I will assume all of you okay for Tuesday. Okay. Then the second thing I want you to tell me is which timing is okay. Okay, I give you 3 choices. First, morning, which is I will set about 10, which is this time. Second timing, afternoon, I will set about 3 p.m. for 2 hours to 5 p.m., right? Or at night, because I know over here, most of you are students, okay? I'm not sure because some students reflect to me, some staff reflect to me that they have classes on during the day. Okay, I'll give you the option of at night. Okay, I can do this class on 8 p.m. at night. Okay, whatever I say here is based on Malaysia time, GMT plus 8. Okay, so I want you to in your attendance list, please write down your preference: morning, afternoon, at night. If all three can, you write all three. If morning, afternoon can, you write morning, afternoon. If at night, then you write at night. Please write it in your priority. The first one is the one that you want the most. For example, I want the at night the most, so I put okay. Afternoon I also can, then I put afternoon. Morning I cannot, then I don't write anything. Okay, so the day I will change to Tuesday, but for the timing, I want you to tell me the timing. Okay, the timing, please write the timing 3 p.m. and at night will be somewhere 8 p.m. Okay, so don't put it in the chat, put it in the Google Sheet, spreadsheet. Okay, with the priority, first priority, second priority, third priority. If you write 3 means all 3 can, then I will see the majority. Okay, please not put in the chat, but put in the spreadsheet. If you don't write anything, I assume everything is okay for you. Okay, if you don't specify explicitly, I will assume accordingly. Okay, so if you put all 3, that means all 3 is okay, then I will see the majority, right? Is there any additional software needed to be installed for next week's session besides TeamViewer? Is you don't need TeamViewer, okay? For me, I need TeamViewer because I'm using a different PC for different thing. I'm using a Windows system, PowerPoint and slide and so on. But so I already explained this thing in last week. If you check the mode, like mode number 1, number 2, and number 3, I'm using mode number 2. But for you, all of you, I think you're using mode number 1, which is you can use your you can use your phone or whatever to listen to me for this live streaming, and you are working on your development machine, your Ubuntu, on your laptop or whatever. Okay, so you can do it directly. You don't need TeamViewer. For me, I use TeamViewer because I need to show you the screen of my another PC. So I use TeamViewer, but you don't need to use that. With a real application, I'll show you how to let your system able to talk and able to listen. Okay, by you talking to your machine, right? And so I need you to check whether if your sound card is okay or not. So play some sound, test with some recording to make sure you're Ubuntu with your sound card, right? Okay, man, of course, if you have any problem, please write and discuss in the Facebook group. Okay, so last reminder, next week onwards, I will change the class time to Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday, and then the timing is based on your feedback. Okay, so if possible on the morning, afternoon, or night. Morning will be somewhere in 10, afternoon will be somewhere in 3, at night will be somewhere in 8 p.m. Okay, and it will be about 2 hours like now. All right, so I will open the session. If you have anything you want to ask me, you can turn on your mic and ask me, or any discussion. I can. If no, then yeah, thank you, class, and I will see you next week.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Here. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, on publisher note, we have a line that ROS.publisher. So we have in the programming, we have put more than 2 lines we use on one time.
I can't really hear you, but can you type it out? The network problem, but I only hear that ROS.py publisher. But what you want to do with the ROS.py publisher?
No, ROS.py publisher, I understand. If I use the ROS.py publisher for the twist to publish it, to this I want another publisher, ROS.py publisher, to publish another thing, another
yes.
message.
You can create multiple publishers in a node.
Okay.
Yes, you can create multiple to give different name. Okay, because the first argument to define your publisher, yeah, Talker or whatever, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but somehow
so
over here,
another variable
the topic name are the same, right? You need to define the topic. Sorry, not publisher name, but topic name, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, any more question, you can ask me in chat, or you can ask me, I'll recommend you type it out. Can a node be publisher and subscriber of other topic at the same? Yes, you can have multiple. Okay, you can have multiple publisher and subscriber in one node, no problem. You just need to define clearly with a different name. So I guess I answered your question. Any more other question? And also, please tell me if you have any feedback, like the way how I present the source code or everything. Is it okay for you to follow? If this way is suitable for you, and so on. All right. Please put down any feedback. Okay, I'll be here for another session, and I mean, like, I'll be here for another like 10-20 minutes. But yes, if you have nothing to ask, yes, but if you want to ask, yes, I'm here for discussion if you like. Okay, for next week, what I want you to do is complete the assignment this week. Okay, only with you have confidence that you can continue the class for next week. Because if you don't know or you're not clear about this week assignment, then you might face problem next week.
But we are having a problem for the
so
installation of ROS. Because my laptop maybe is not compatible
so what
with
is the problem?
Ubuntu 16.04. So I cannot use the ROS system right
you
now.
can only install. For 16.04, you can only install Kinetic. You cannot install Melodic.
Yeah, I know that. And
So
I already followed the instructions on the ROS tutorials, the installation, but it failed. Maybe it's an internet problem.
Oh, okay. So internet problem. Then
never mind.
like,
afterwards, I'll
figure it out.
just screenshot the error code.
You'll try it. Yeah. Okay. You can post your screenshot in the Facebook. If you want to ask for help, I'll appreciate if you can explain your problem clearly. Okay. You need to explain like what error you get and what have you done to receive the error, so that we can try the same process to see if we face the same problem. That only can help us to help you, right? Without saying anything and you just say something is not working, it's very hard for us to help you, right? So you need to tell exactly what is the problem, what is the error log you get, what is the things that you face, and what you have done to achieve that. Okay, so that is very important. So to make sure that we can reproduce the same scenario for us to track or to check what is the problem. Okay, any more things? Question? If no, then yes, I'll see you next week, Tuesday. Right, let me see the timing. Morning, everyone prefer morning. Only afternoon. Oh, okay, only afternoon. Not many people want morning, yeah. About every second for next week assignment. Yes, the rate. Okay, so that is assignment. Please do it. But need to check that when you execute, then you know. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. Actually, I'm not going to mark your assignment. Okay, I'm not going to give you a grade. That is all for your exercise. Okay, so you can use the tools that just now to print out the hertz to check if whatever that you have written exactly is 1 second. So you can use it to check. Yes. After you finish, write your code, you run it and you check, and to make sure that you get the average time, which is 1 second. Okay, I got majority class. We got so many from UTHM. I got so many from UTHM. Okay. Yes. So yeah, if you have nothing else, yeah, we'll see you next week. Okay, you may leave now. Thank you, class. University, where is this? Pakistan. We have someone from Pakistan. Student, is everything okay? I need to create a note and set it as you can write the subscriber in any note. Okay, the note not just a subscriber. Okay, a subscriber is just part of a note. A note can do more things. I can't directly read a topic under the main program. You can write in the main program. Yes, of course. If you don't want to write it in a function, you can write in the main. But there's a reason why it is written in that view to control. Okay, but of course, you can write everything in the main. It doesn't matter. Yes. Okay, but the subscriber, the unique things is it needs a callback. So no matter what, you need a callback function. So you can't write the callback in the main. So which means you cannot write the callback together with the line that you call the callback. That's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. Because the design in that way. So you need a callback function for your subscriber. But I still need to read the topic under a note. Yes, of course. You write a note. So you need to understand, publisher and subscriber is a publisher and subscriber within a node. So it doesn't matter. You no need to create for every publisher a node. Okay, you no need to do that. You can have multiple publisher and multiple subscriber in a node because publisher and subscriber is a function, it's not a node. Okay? Right. Any more? Question? Okay, let me see. Friend from Utah, is everything okay? Any feedback? Our Facebook group, okay? And yes, let's discuss over there. It is a community, okay? You can start any topic and we can discuss there. Don't worry, it's for the community. Yeah, if you have no question, yeah, I appreciate, like, yes, you might want to leave the meeting so that I can close the session. Record, put down the record, upload the record, and you can. Okay, everyone, I'm going to close the meeting. Yes. Can we create 2 subscribers if the first subscriber? Huh? I don't really understand what you mean that the first subscriber that I created is wrong. You just remove the first subscriber. If you mean the assignment, you just need 1 subscriber. Okay, you don't need 2. So I'm not really sure what you mean here. Thank you, and I will see you next week.